Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Bow and Arrow Tarot. We're going to be doing the August love reading today for the sign of Pisces. We're going to get right into it and pull out your romance oracle, romance angel oracle cards. And for my regulars, you know how we do this. We pull out 2 of your cards, and then we do a 9-card spread with the traditional Rider-Waite deck and see what's going on in your love life for this month of August. I do apologize, Pisces, for being late with this. It should have been out before the 1st. However, you know, uploading and all of that technology stuff, it's just like it got backed up, and so here we are. And you have your video. All right, so please forgive me. But in any case, you guys know how much I love you, and my Pisces regulars know how near and dear they are to my heart and how much support they've given me from the very start of my channel just a few months ago. So you guys know how much I love you. Thank you so much for coming back, always. All right, let's get your first card out, Pisces. We've got, this could be the one. Beautiful. All right. For some of you singles out there, express your love. Now, singles, perhaps those of you who are involved, maybe express your love is applying to you. Heart-to-heart conversations, Pisces. All right. Now, remember, this is for those who have Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. All right. Don't forget, I tend to forget to mention that in my videos, but don't forget to check out your whole chart and view the placements. Oftentimes, you know, your Venus is in Pisces. This reading may, you know, may resonate with you even though you have a Libra sun, you know, who knows, right? All right, my Mars is in Pisces actually, so I have Pisces energy in my chart. Pretty strong Pisces energy since it's my Mars. So, and there you go. And I'm a Sagittarius, so I'm a fire sign through and through with a Moon Leo, but I have a Mars Pisces, so you know, you got to check your whole chart. All right, guys, we're going to get right into your spread. Oh, the cards are jumpy. You know me, I like to get a nice focused reading, so let's get a clear reading for our lovely Pisces collective, those who are coming to this video, whether they're subscribers or regulars or whether they're just floating by, surfing the web, and happened upon this video. I want a message to resonate with them as well. All right, show me. All right, Pisces, let's go into your reading. We have this is upside down. All right, Hierophant, first card out. Let's see if this is going to, there we go. All right, Hierophant, we have an Ace of Pentacles for some of you out there getting an offer coming in. We have the Wheel of Fortune, 3 of Cups, Hanged Man in the center of the reading, Pisces. So some of you are coming out of a period of being, people always say stuck with the Hangman. Sun card has just come out. People always say you're stuck, but it's like, we'll get into it, but it's just more like a place of where you're just comfortable, you know. Now you're waking up, you're ready to move. You have 8 of Pentacles. I love this card's been coming in quite a lot lately for all of the readings. Ace of Wands, and then we have at the very end, we have a Knight of Pentacles coming in also. Yeah, we have a lot of 8s going on at the moment. Boundaries, right? Boundaries, restrictions, discipline is called for. At the bottom of the deck, we do have 7 of Wands. So 7 of Wands talks about fighting for your dreams, right? Talks about dedication, endurance, carrying on. Let's see if I can move this up and get this out of the glare. There we go. It's a little bit better. Move this all up a bit. All right. Yeah, 7 of Wands talks about fighting for your dreams, you know, taking a stance against those who may come to you, may try to make you feel like your dreams aren't worth standing up for. Sometimes 7 of Wands, for some of you, can indicate just this feeling of like really being attacked by the world. You know, like the world is just, You know, it's not making it easy for you right now. You're having to come up with a lot of solutions to problems. You know what I mean? You're having to kind of stand your ground. And that may be just for some of you. It's the bottom of the deck card. So it's just, you know, for some of you may resonate with that or not. But it could be just a general undercurrent for this month. Just this feeling of kind of, not angst so much, but coming up against a lot of obstacles. All right. So first thing in is we have the Hierophant. Interestingly enough, the Hierophant comes up for a lot of reasons. Oftentimes the Hierophant can come up when you are ready to make a commitment to someone or take a relationship to another level of commitment. And it could be that for some of you, especially when you have this could be the one, express your love, and then heart-to-heart conversations at the bottom. For some of you, you are thinking about going to the next level of commitment, right? Some of you are considering marriage. You're considering, you know, solidifying this union that you have with someone, right? You're figuring out that this is the person for you. And so you're wanting to lock it down. And so this is certainly going to, and whatever that means for you, some of you may not agree with marriage, but whatever, you know, setting commitment means for you, whether that means moving in together. For some of you, it's just moving in together, you know, committing to a life of living together. Some of you, it's going as far as marriage. Or for some of you, it may be going to your family and letting your family know about this relationship. All right. So what it could mean different things to different Pisces, but it certainly indicates that there are a lot of you out there who are certainly considering it at the moment. You have Ace of Pentacles coming in, and so of course some of you are also have abundance coming in this month, and so of course that's going to knock onto your love life. You know, especially with the Ace of Pentacles. So some of you may have gotten a raise. You may have started a new job that's showing, you know, that's turning out to be very prosperous. Some of you may have started a business or been called in on a partnership that's going to bring you rewards. But money and bringing in abundance always helps. And it can also help when you do want to commit to someone. When you're ready to commit to someone, sometimes you have to also be financially ready, right? And so for some of you, this opportunity coming in is just further supporting your desire to move closer with someone, to get married, to let them know, you know, to let them meet the family and all of that, because you see great things coming in your wealth area, and so you're feeling very confident about this. And although the Hierophant has come out first, for some of you, it may, you know, it could be that you knew this offer was about to come in, and so you're considering the marriage, or you're considering, you know, the next level. Because you knew this offer was going to come in, right? Doesn't really matter about the timing, but they're certainly linked. And then you have Wheel of Fortune, and it seems like for some of you Pisces right now, interestingly enough, the Wheel of Fortune has come out for almost like half of the August love readings. And this just lets me know that a lot of the collective out there, those of you who are coming to these readings specifically, because of course these readings aren't for everyone in the world, right? And they aren't even for everyone who comes to this video, right? That's up to you to discern for yourself. However, I find it interesting that from month to month, certain cards will come up in multiple readings. And it will, you know, it's not like they always come up, but they'll come up for, you know, maybe 1 month's reading. And this month it has been a Wheel of Fortune. It just indicates that a lot of you have circumstances are like falling in place for a lot of you out there in terms of bringing in opportunities that you've been waiting for. You know what I'm saying? I think for a lot of you, you're experiencing the ability to finally manifest something, because it seems like everything is slotting into place. I'm sorry about that background noise, the siren. And so I just want to say that it's, you know, because a lot of you are experiencing it, right now, this August period is going to be a really good period for a lot of you to take opportunities that come your way, make the most of scenarios. Perhaps some of you that maybe you've had a falling out with a loved one this August, everything is going to be in place for you to come back together. You know, the Wheel of Fortune doesn't only talk about money. right? A lot of times we assume it's money because it's fortune, but you know, when the Wheel of Fortune just talks about opportunities where endeavors, right, that you take will come out favorably for you. You see, on the four corners, we have all of the kind of archetypal symbols, right, coming in. And so it just lets you know it's not just about wealth and abundance and finances, right? This is not a pentacle card. And this is about, you know, things falling into place to make the most of coming together in a relationship, to make the most of healing old wounds, right? This could be the time for some of you to go back to the family and finally have that conversation that you wanted to have with somebody in the family that you've been putting off for far too long because the timing was never right. Now the timing is right. And it's like, not for everyone, but you'll know what I'm talking about because you'll see that the timing is right. You'll know by the way people are interacting with you and by the way some people perhaps have changed. Maybe their mood has changed to a certain topic or subject, right? And it's just like you feel like the time is ripe now. And so I wanted to spend some time on this, and I have done in a couple of the other videos as well, because of the fact that so many of the readings have Wheel of Fortune, that as a collective, that all of us, you know, multiple signs are experiencing a favorable period this August in love, in life, right? And making life decisions and decisions to do with your career progression. Again, Three of Cups has come in. A lot of you are making amends. You're coming back together with people that you may not have spoken to for quite a long time. A lot of you coming, you know, like I said, healing old wounds. This Three of Cups has come around quite a few times as well. 3 is the number for bonding and loyalty. And I know that a lot of people interpret the Three of Cups as third-party energy. And I can see how it could be interpreted that way. But third-party energy, when it's in the negative, it's not, you know, they're usually not everybody's there, right? Here we have 3 people there. This is more to do with a collective bonding. When we talk about social bonding, bonding with people of like minds, right? Finding your tribe, finding your social group, and having loyalty to that group, and celebrating your group, right? For instance, if you know, grew up and you find, you know, you've found who you are, you found yourself, and you realize that you're transgender, right? This is who you are, you're transgender. You felt very out of place all your life, right? And then finally, you're a little bit older, you're old enough to go out and about in the world and meet people, and you come across an entire social circle of other transgendered individuals and people who are accepting of transgendered individuals, and not, you know, not in that sense of not treating them any different, right? And really being part of their family. And then you feel this. You feel Three of Cups. This is what Three of Cups is about. You have found your group. You have found your clan, your family, your tribe, your collective, whatever you want to call it, your nation. And you celebrate that. And I think that we often forget about the need for coming together with your social or your group of like-minded individuals. We evolve individually, but we also evolve as a society, right? We evolve in groups. You know, it's through group working. I mean, the whole idea of evolving, you know, to get closer to the divine spirit is about coming closer to each other, right? We're all examples. We're all pieces of the divine spirit. So we can't do that in isolation. It's not an isolationist experience. And I think a lot of us forget that. You know, we find that perhaps if we do the spirit work or the shadow work all by ourselves, right? We can heal ourselves. A lot of people say, well, I can heal myself. I know what to do. And it's like really kind of like, sometimes when I hear that, it hurts to hear, because I feel like, well, you know, healing yourself is not really what it is about, though, really. It's healing through connection with others. You know, that's how we truly heal. That's how we truly evolve. you know. And so Three of Cups is a beautiful card. It's been coming out, and so a lot of you are making amends. You're coming together. A lot of you, Wheel of Fortune is turning, and you are finding your tribe. For some of you, I think this reading is certainly for some young people out there who perhaps have felt quite out of place for a long time. I feel like you're coming into where you want to be now. And I think as well, a lot of you will be finding love in this social group. Hanged Man is at the center. And the Hanged Man talks about realization and waking up. And so this is perfectly timed, really, right? Because the Hanged Man is an energy a lot of people interpret as being stuck. Yes and no. We see him as being stuck because when somebody is in this energy from the outside looking in, it looks uncomfortable, right? But from their point of view, they're quite comfortable. And the truth of the Hanged Man is that he stays in that position because he's simply unwilling to make the effort. Nothing has really inspired him enough to make the effort. And so this is why we say Hanged Man energy is a state of being, right? It's a state that you're in. It's not who you are. And so what happens is that when he shows up, when the Hanged Man shows up in the card, it's because you have woken up. It's not because you're still in that state and kind of, and as people say, stuck there. It's because you've woken up and you're realizing that it's time to move, because that's why, you see the enlightenment on his head. That's the waking up. So whenever the Hanged Man comes in, it indicates that a lot of you Pisces have woken up to the fact that perhaps you've been too comfortable, right? Too comfortable in whatever way you've been living. A lot of you are realizing that, I think, out of coming together with friends. So for some of you, this Wheel of Fortune will turn and you'll come together with old friends, perhaps that you haven't spoken to in a while. And so for some of you as well, as a result of that, these are people who knew you many years ago. And I think that a lot of you are going to, as a result of kind of meeting with them again and talking with them again, you almost are reminded of who you used to be, and hence comes to waking up. You realize, hang on a second, maybe I have let a lot of years go by or a lot of time go by without really moving toward what I had intended all those years ago, right? And so for some of you, you get reminded of that when you come back together with your tribe, your friends, your social circle that you have this kind of beautiful celebration with, right? And that's part of the healing that goes on. Heart-to-heart conversations is perfect to come in for this. Because, yes, a lot of you have heart-to-heart conversations with old friends, perhaps even old lovers, about things that happen. And again, you realize that maybe this most recent time you have been kind of allowing yourself to stay in a certain space that, you didn't require a whole lot of work on your part, and now it's time to move. Clarity comes in with the Sun. So a lot of you, once you wake up, some of you are going to be getting reaffirmation. So it's like almost as soon as you have this kind of realization, this kind of moment where you realize, hang on a second, the wheel is turning in my life. Opportunities are there. Let me not sleep and let them pass. Let me wake up. Thank God I met with my friends again. My people who know me to remind me, right? And then as soon as this happens, for some of you, you'll get a lot of confirmations coming in. The Sun card, meaning things will start to happen around you that confirm this shift. All of a sudden, perhaps new options open up for you that weren't an option for you. An example could be that, whereas before certain people may not have spoken to you much or interacted with you much, and had they interacted with you, maybe they, say you wanted to get a job somewhere, right? I want to say, say you wanted to get a job in your local bar, and before, you don't really know the owners, but you hang out there, you do bar work, but it just never really came together. You know what I'm saying? And so what happens is, this is just an example, right? For some of you, as a result of this kind of waking up, this realization that you've just been living your life in this kind of really, in this way that isn't really making the most of who you are. And for some of you, you're reminded of that through your friends, right? When you make that shift, right? An example of a confirmation would be that all of a sudden this owner of this bar suddenly now notices you and comes up to you and speaks to you and finds out, oh, you're a bartender? Just so happens I need another bartender. You want to work here? Do you see what I'm saying? That's an example of what I mean by the universe will give you confirmation. Life will give you confirmation. That's what the sun talks about. Confirmation comes in. People begin to notice you. The sun shines on you. You know what I mean? And so where it wasn't there before, it's there. There's clarity there. You can be sure that offers are genuine, right? So now, you know, oftentimes where things didn't work out because maybe there was moon energy involved or some other kind of energy that just was very sketchy and hazy. Here with the sun again, you also get clarity. So things become very succinct. You know, you don't feel like people are kind of beating around the bush. Conversations will be more direct. You know, and so that's just an example of what I'm talking about, right? Not all of you are going to experience exactly that, but that's what I'm talking about. Where certain things before in the past just weren't really happening. And again, you were quite comfortable. So you really didn't, it was like you didn't care that much about it happening, right? When you make this whole shift to come out of that energy, certainly some of those things will start to come back in for you as an opportunity and you say, wow, I can take it. And then this is such a beautiful reading because it really leads on quite naturally, because the next step, of course, is that you wake up and you realize that you need to put more effort into your work. All right? You need to put a lot more effort into your work. And I know this is a love reading, and this is talking more about you guys, kind of your life progression. But oftentimes the love readings, when they don't specifically talk about a type of relationship, right? Then the message is really that this kind of work needs to be done before you can bring in your lover. Now, for some of you, like I said at the very beginning, this could be the one. So for some of you this month, a lot of this, right, that's happening is just reinforcing the fact that the person you're with is indeed the person you want to be with. For some of you, this hangman energy could be that you realize that you haven't been committing as much as you should. You haven't been working as hard as you should on the relationship and making the relationship move forward. Do you know what I mean? So then again, you know, like meeting with your friends, an example is for some of you may meet with your old friends and they remind you, wow, like, oh, well, we would have thought you would have married so-and-so by now. You guys still aren't married? And then you kind of wake up and you realize, hang on a second, you know, maybe have I been taking this relationship for granted? I haven't married this woman yet, or haven't married this man yet, whatever. It's not gender specific, but, you know. And I know for some of you, marriages and everything, but I'm talking about it as an example, you know, like for some of you, it could be like your friends could be saying, oh, you guys still don't live together? You know what I mean? You guys still don't, it's been 10 years, it's been 5 years or whatever, you know, you guys still aren't living together? You know, and this is what I'm talking about how meeting with people who knew you before can really reactivate you and remind you of, you know, how maybe you have not been really moving along the way you should. And certainly in love, for some of you, it's going to wake you up. And again, I think it's going to reinforce that desire that, hang on, you know, this we need, you know, yes, this is the one. And, you know, if I continue to be in this hangman energy, I may let them slip through my fingers, right? And so, again, for some of you, perhaps money has like Ace of Pentacles comes in at the top. Again, beautiful opportunity. And like I said, it may be that it's made this wanting to make a commitment a lot easier. For some of you, you also realize as a result of coming out of this hangman energy that maybe you need to do more work, discipline at work. 8 is the number for boundaries and discipline. Right? And so you realize that it's time to like kind of move out of this sluggish energy and get back to work and make that coin so you can make this commitment and make this, you know, and move this relationship forward, start to get some traction under it so that you can have, you know, the best life with this person, right? Now, so this is for certain people. This is going to resonate with certain people out there, certain Pisces out there who are in a relationship, and this is what this is the state of the relationship. For those of you who are single, again, I say that this is part of you bringing in the love, right? working on these issues helps you bring into love. It can be that if you're single, you've still been living in a certain kind of way that's continued to keep you single rather than to bring love in. And again, you'll know what that is. That's more specific and individual, right? The message for that. That's something that you guys will know in your individual lives. You know what that is. That's, like I say, will come out of this conversation that a lot of you will have with your social group, your tribe, your family. And so after this discipline that comes in and this realization that you have to maybe apply yourself more at your job, at work, things like that, you know, to increase your abundance, increase your skill. In comes the Ace of Wands, and that's beautiful because it's like for some of you, Ace of Wands can indicate a new relationship, right? So for those of you who are single and who do this work, in comes the possibility of a new relationship. Because you're doing this work and you're opening yourself up, it's like you're opening yourself up for love to come in, for relationship to come in. When you're in a place that you're just not healthy or ready for a real relationship, or where the way you're living your life would just, you know, preclude you having a healthy relationship, the universe doesn't bring that into you. But as soon as you make those kind of steps, you don't have to have achieved it. It's just the intention. When you put that intention out there to really work towards something, the universe doesn't wait until you now, you know, accomplish it and work and work and work. You know, it's the universe starts to bring you things in as soon as it feels that your intention is true, right? That your commitment is true. Right? A lot of people are afraid to do it because then they think like, okay, well then I'm still gonna have to plug away for all these years, you know. It's like, no, you know, it's, if your intention is true, the universe brings it to you quite quickly. This is how you manifest. And also bringing in the Knight of Pentacles. You know, so for some of you, it will bring in more opportunity for wealth, and for some of you, it will bring in a new relationship. And I think I want to say this is for those of you who are either with someone or you're not with someone. In either case, the extra work will bring in more opportunities for work. And for some of you, certainly will open up your vibration for someone to, you know, to come toward you. And that's for those of you who are looking for love, right? If you are involved, new Ace of Wands also can indicate a new burst of kind of inspiration. And, you know, you kind of, again, wanting to take the relationship to the next level, but you get this burst of inspiration in terms of expressing yourself as well. I think for some of you, just coming out of that Hanged Man energy, getting those reaffirmations in, and like doubling down on your work and starting to be more revived and vital, right? You just kind of, your self-esteem increases, your self-confidence increases, and you just feel like a whole new woman or a whole new man, right? And you feel very romantic. You feel like expressing your love in a way that for a while maybe you didn't, right? For a while maybe you just weren't in that right space. And we've all been there, you know, where you've been with somebody for quite some time, and whatever, the way you're living or the environment or whatever you've gotten used to, it's like you stopped having sex, you stopped having romantic nights. You know what I'm talking about? You still love each other. You don't want to break up. But it's like all the, you know, joie de vivre is like gone out. All of the life is because you've fallen into a very comfortable rut. And again, a lot of you are going to come out of that. And in your relationship, this Eight of Wands could certainly indicate for some of you like a renewed sense of sensual passion, sexual passion. The Ace of Wands is the phallic symbol as well. So it can indicate a renewed, you know, sex life. You know, it can increase again. Right? And certainly if you're single and you meet someone, of course, your sex life is increasing. All right, I'm going to call it, this is your reading, Pisces, for August. For those of you who want to see the extended reading over on Patreon, you can just go ahead and follow the link that I'm going to have right next to the window here. And over there, we're going to pull 9 more cards just to go a little bit deeper into this reading. And we also pull out the Sacred Rebel Oracle cards just to see, 2 cards just to see what energies we're working with and what the Oracle has to say about what you're going through this August. Sacred Oracle deck is a beautiful, beautiful, powerful deck. A new Oracle deck that I've been working with that I would highly recommend to anyone. But for now, if this is enough for you and it resonated with you, please like and subscribe. Continue to help me grow my channel. The more you help me grow my channel, the more readings I can give you. And for now, I'm just going to say, Pisces, you know how much I love you. You have a wonderful, wonderful August. And I'll see you mid-August for the mid-month love check-in. Bye-bye now.